What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday, beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff. Coffee is hot, and so are the takes. So welcome on in. Another Vikings news dump. He sees you when you're pooping right now. Happens, man. Also, no pants Monday, although no one will ever know. Anyways, so our guy Eli Corbett is a fantastic graphic designer. Some of his work is getting featured by teams and leagues around the globe, and also, this looks really good. Oh my goodness. So Michael Penix Jr., the pride of Washington, already looks good in purple and gold. And of course, Justin friggin' Jefferson, the battery, which could be the one that takes the Vikings to the promised land. A dozen Jerome Bartys in the next 10 years. But Penix, my God, that's such a good look, man. I love it. We're, again, knocking on all the wood. If Penix can stay healthy, just dropping those piss missiles, baby. Come on, man. Also, I feel like the primetime purple should at minimum be like 50% of the home look, and the other half should be the throwback. Not saying, I'm just saying. There you go. Also, so speaking of back, I think that TVondre Sweat's draft stock may not be back. But TVondre Sweat, Dan Brugler of The Athletic, Texas nose tackle TVondre Sweat was arrested early this morning and charged with DWI, according to some news channel in Austin. Sweat is viewed as a potential day 2 draft pick. And then Brugler, who's as dialed in as anyone, a guru of the draft, relayed this. According to a team source, Sweat has been upfront with NFL teams about his partying as an underclassman and made it a point of emphasis in interviews that it was all in the past. And now, 3 weeks out from the draft, and this is the biggest job interview of his life, and just really unfortunate. Where, man, just get an Uber. I mean, come on, they got tons of Ubers and taxis in Austin, man. Come on. And the whole thing is so with nose tackles, especially ones large like TVondre, you do worry about weight and lifestyle. Once you get that money, I mean, if you're partying in college when you just have NIL money, if you're going to party in the National Football League, especially once you get NFL money, especially depending where you land. I mean, say TVondre Sweat landed in Miami. Man. And, respect to the Vikings. So they have built up a culture of accountability. I mean, Wes Phillips getting a 3-week suspension for his DWI incident. But in terms of the players, they're not taking as many chances as on red flag guys as previous regimes. So, I mean, TVondre Sweat may be off the Vikings draft board, which is unfortunate because on the field, he's a fantastic player. But if there's concerns about, his work ethic, his ability to stay on the field, as well as, how seriously does he take the game, I mean, that's valid. So, again, it's really unfortunate. Something that is fortunate is that the Vikings have the best wide receiver duo in the National Football League. So you got Justin friggin' Jefferson, wide receiver 1 in the league. No muss, no fuss. And Addison, who, if Puka Nacua didn't go all Puka Nacua because Jaron Hall taught him football at BYU, I mean, Addison, you make a very good case, had the second best rookie receiving year last season. So the Vikings have them teamed up. Whoever the hell is quarterback, Darnold or rookie TBD, is going to have a field day thrown to them. Now, we get into this. So 33rd team, rank these NFC receiver trio. So not even NFL, NFC. 16 teams, so top 6. So 16, 6 out of 16, which is 3/8, right? So you're trying to be the top 3/8 of the NFC. So the triplets, they have the Niners, sure, with Debo, Ayuk, and Jennings. And Jennings, I mean, Jennings probably would have been Super Bowl MVP. That's crazy, man. But I mean, Debo's a running back, and Ayuk might not even be on the team, so I don't even know why they're listed. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Tyler Scott. I know that Tyler Scott is just a placeholder because they're probably going to draft like Rome Odunze at 9, sure. The Bucks, Evans, Godwin, Trey Palmer. Okay. I mean, Evans is still a stud. Godwin is underrated, but I mean, this ain't 3 years ago. So the Eagles, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Devontae Parker. Really? Cooper Kupp, Puka, respect, and then Demarcus Robinson, just like, him. Sure. And then why didn't they put our guy on there? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, but the Seahawks, DK, Lockett, and JSN, understandable, fully understandable. Although I feel like the Lockett may be a little bit longer in the tooth. Who knows, man? But the fact that Jefferson, Addison, and me would be the best wide receiver true in the National Football League does not make sense. Where hell. Yes, I understand that. Hey, Brandon Powell, unproven. Jalen Naylor can't stay healthy. Tristan Jackson, sure. Like who really is the Vikings wide receiver 3? But look at these wide receiver 3s. Getting Demarcus Robinson, Trey Palmer, Devontae Parker, Tyler Scott. Really, that's your plan. So just leaving off A, the best receiver in the league, B, the number 2 receiver in last year's rookie class. Okay, sure. Just another sign of disrespect. What we do, man. Also, what we do is WrestleMania. So I was a bit of a wrestling nerd as a kid. Sort of gotten away from it when I turned 8. But I respect everyone who still is into it. And yeah, I mean, wrestling is predetermined. Who cares? It's still entertaining. You know what else is predetermined? The NBA sitcoms. And movies are also predetermined and also still very interesting. But Roman Reigns, aka Joe Anoaʻi, is fantastic. So Roman Reigns, multiple time champion, all this stuff, blah 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 blah. But of course, back in the day, Joe Anoaʻi was a defensive lineman for Georgia Tech. Go Yellow Jackets. Career 6.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss, getting after things, and he was in the 2007 NFL draft. Ultimately went undrafted, but was picked up by the Vikings, and it's really unfortunate. Actually, it's one of those fortunate, unfortunate things. So when Joe was with the Vikings, they had the standard physical. It was found out that he had leukemia, and he got the leukemia treated. Played in the CFL for a hot second, and then became one of the best pro wrestlers in history. So, I mean that physical, I mean, it probably would have been detected eventually, but I mean that physical may have saved his life, where they found it early on and they were able to treat it, and it's crazy how life works out sometimes. So yes, we claim Roman Reigns, we claim Matt Mitrione, we claim Brock Lesnar. That's right, man. All right, so Reigns getting it done. Love it, man. Speaking of WrestleMania, so Naz Reid is going international. So the Naz Reid towel, which they gave away at a home game like a couple weeks ago, right? And also, what kind of pisses me off, because I kind of wanted to procure one, but I wasn't going to the game. But then you see them on eBay for like $300. Nah. Again, as a dirty capitalist pig, I respect the hustle, but also, come on, man. Come on. But the Naz Reid towel made WrestleMania on Saturday night. And I want this to become, like on College Game Day, the Washington State flag makes every single location. I want that with the Naz Reid towel. Let's go. Let's go, man. That's right, baby. Speaking of basketball, so Caitlin Clark and Iowa came up a little bit short, but fought the good fight against South Carolina. I mean, South Carolina, respect, undefeated season. Dawn Staley is one of the best basketball coaches in college history. And, Clark wraps up her career as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, college basketball player of all time. And the women's athletic. The Athletic Women's Basketball account put this out. Caitlin Clark scored more points this season, 1234, than Iowa football scored during her time as a Hawkeye, 1028, which is amazing because both of them live and die by the three. It's funny, man. It's funny. Like, Iowa football will never be not funny. Like, I don't get, like, how can you not just score points? And I understand this as a quasi-Gopher fan. This is the pot calling the kettle black, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but Clark, respect the game, and she's gonna be great in the WNBA. Like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese could be the Magic and Bird that really raises up the profile of the WNBA. And people forget the NBA before Magic and Bird came in '79. I mean, the NBA Finals is on tape delay. I mean, it still was the first season when Johnson and Kareem and the Lakers beat the 76ers and Dr. J. I mean, the NBA, yes. NBA, like, second-tier players are now getting 45 million a year, but people forget the darkness of the NBA. Like, NBA was in trouble. Like, teams were losing money, teams were not being able to make payroll, and guys were getting in trouble on and off the court, and it was not good. And Magic and Bird saved the league. They set things up for MJ. MJ passed the torch to Kobe. Kobe passed on to LeBron, etc. And I think that Clark and Reese, given their, I don't know, tacit rivalry could help prop up the WNBA. Who knows, man? Lastly, the voice of an angel, Blake Prohl, voting is open now. So Prohl, this week, American Idol did a Justin Bieber song. Was it Anyone? Might have been. But Blake Prohl crushed it. And also, I remember like American Idol, like way back in the day, when it was on Fox, and like Seacrest is like, hey, call in now at like a 1-900 number. And it costs you like 10 cents. Because that was back before the unlimited nationwide, or you have to do it after 7 p.m. It was funny, man. Also, I remember Midwest Wireless before Verizon came in to Minnesota. That was the place to be. Anyways, but vote for Blake Prohl. I want him to win because we still claim him. Just like Roman Reigns, we still claim Blake Prohl. That's right, man. But that's it. Vikings news up for this beautiful Monday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.